Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chris. Thanks for stopping by. This is going to be a little bit different of a video for me on this channel. Now, I do cover a lot of physical media stuff, particularly horror, but if you like physical media, then stick around. You may not know this or you may have heard this. I'm just going to give my 2 cents on this and kind of tell you what I think about it. So we recently learned that Best Buy is no longer going to be selling physical media in their stores or their online stores as well. Now, this is not a huge surprise as they have been dwindling and getting out of this business. What does this mean for their Best Buy exclusive Steelbook stuff? And I think it's a good and a bad thing. I personally like to go in there and peruse and meander through these. I know a lot of the big guys are like, well, you can just order it from these places. Sometimes I just don't want to do that. Sometimes I don't want to order these things online. Not everything has to be on there. And yes, I do order from my Vinegar Syndromes and Scream Factory and all the boutiques, but sometimes I like to just go into a physical place, and not all of us have great local mom and pop shops that do reselling. I have a handful, maybe 1 or 2, but I don't have a ton that do that. So it's one of those things that I like sometimes. If I'm just out and about, I can go in there and maybe find something I didn't know was out or pick something up. So just by looking at those, sometimes I think it's just something I'm gonna miss. Just like when Blockbuster was going out or your family videos, all those were going out. It kind of was a bummer. But the one good side to this is that one, their packaging is not great all the time. I mean, my Halloween trilogy was packed very well, but both my Megan and my Pumpkinhead were just in those slim, like bubble wrap things. So that's not great. Now, Amazon has picked up a lot of the Paramount stuff in the last couple months as exclusives and stuff like that. We had a John Wick one, which wasn't great, but it still was exclusive to them. So the only good and plus side of this is that we may get more things being widely available to people as opposed to being very scarce and Best Buy exclusive. So I don't know what this means for a lot of the Lionsgate stuff, as that is typically Best Buy exclusive. I don't know where that's gonna go. It's gonna end up somewhere. It's probably gonna be Amazon or other places, or it's just gonna be widely available to everyone. But what does this mean for you? Do you pick stuff up? Now, I know a lot of people say, hey, I don't even buy stuff from Best Buy anymore. And I mean, that may be true, but for me, it's like the closest place that I can go to. And I do like a lot of their Steelbooks, so I hope somebody does pick them up and starts to distribute them, or new deals are made. Now, this is set to start maybe around the end of Q1 2024, so we will still have obviously the rest of them slated, but I just obviously they're not going to make any more new deals past that. So we may see a trickle down of their announced 4K Blu-ray like Steelbooks that are exclusive. So that'll be kind of the telltale sign of when this is going to happen, is when we stop getting those things. So I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk about this a little bit. I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but it is a sign of things. Physical media in retail stores is dwindling, and that's a bummer. Now, I wouldn't say physical media is dying. It's not. It's probably the biggest it's ever been, especially in 4K and your boutique stuff. It just sucks that, you know, we are losing that last remnant. For me, that was kind of the last stitch place that you had that you could go and get some 4Ks and get some new stuff and get some good deals, especially for me, because I would buy stuff from there and I would get certificates, so I got money off. So it kind of was like a win-win for me, because I was getting rewarded for buying stuff from there. So that's kind of a bummer. And obviously, like, you know, when you have a credit card, there is a ecosystem there that you did benefit if you bought their stuff, which I don't have with all these other retailers. So I will probably start buying from Diabolic and some of these other places. I just really haven't ever dipped my toes into those online spaces. So I'm sure they're great, and I'm sure everybody's gonna be like, well, this. So if you have any places that you would recommend that I can start going after this to find physical media that is more generic and more mainstream, I do typically buy from the boutiques themselves when I'm going for that, like Arrow and stuff like that. I like to just order from them second sight. Even if they take forever, I usually do go that route. But I'm looking for other storefronts. So I know, like I said, the Diabolic is, and Groove, and there's some other ones. But if you know of any ones that I don't know about, just let me know down below. All right, that's pretty much all I've got to talk about on the subject. I just want to kind of get up here and kind of give my 2 cents, both pros and cons to this situation. But let me know your thoughts down below, what you think about Best Buy. Have you shopped there? Do you not shop there? Are you bummed that we're not going to have any Best Buy exclusive Steelbooks anymore? They may migrate somebody else. Maybe you're happy about that. Obviously, the packaging thing is a big thing. But other than that, I do cover a lot of physical media on the channel, primarily horror. So if you're interested in that, I'll link my 4K reviews at the end. You can check out all my reviews, but like I said, this is probably a horror channel, so welcome if it's your first time here. Check all that stuff out. I hope you guys are doing well. And like I said, That's all I've got. Thanks for stopping by with this little bit different of a video of discussion of kind of physical media and stuff like that. And I'll talk to you guys in my next video.